Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another installment of StarCraft After Dark. SAD. I am one of your hosts, Crownless, and I'm joined by...
I am Destroyer. Thanks for having us.
Thank you indeed, and I believe Destroyer's got a little bit of a map analysis based on this map. Would you go ahead and take us away, Destroyer?
Yes, well I just noticed, obviously this is a good map. It's a favorite map amongst many pro players. It seems like in this matchup, it will be a little Zerg, I don't want to say favored, but a little better for the Zerg. We have some really wide choke points on the ramp and outside the natural, which will allow surrounds to take place fairly easily. But we will have to see how the game progresses.
Yeah, I mean, it really seems like when you've got these large distances between your main and your nat, you have to worry about how am I possibly going to get out a defendable fast expand. All right, there's the one thing that's a fast expand. There's another thing that's a defendable fast expand. Are you going to have to get a queens down? Queens, and that's plural. Spine crawlers, which if they're not crawling, they're a waste of minerals. So how are we going to have be able to defend this this expanded? We do see gas first and a pool going down for Sheth in the 10 o'clock position, and we don't see any expansion yet for Tyler in the 7 o'clock. Now, poor Tyler has just not been doing well in tournaments, and this player is a great player. He's a good toss. He never freaking wins. I mean, he wins a lot of ladder play, obviously, because he really maintains his Grandmaster title, but we just don't see him win a lot of tournaments, and I wish he would.
I think it's a comfort thing. I mean, StarCraft, Counter-Strike, really any game competitively which has LAN tournaments, you're just not in the same comfort zone when you have to travel and sit at different desks, different chairs, reconfigure your settings. It's not going to be the same.
Now I hear you. It really throws you out of whack. I mean, when you're at a game like this where everything has to be so precise, it really does throw you out of whack. And one thing I wanted to note right here was with FXO Sheth and his Overlord dispersion. He's setting them all across the map. We're not going to see a pile of useless Overlords as if we were watching me play Terran, where you've got a whole bunch of Overlords in your natural and then nothing else happens with the natural that of course is going down right now. We see the hatchery up, Zergling coming down to defend it. Tyler says he's down here, so looks like he's gonna lead those Zerglings right back, but the Zealot says
and he
traps him with the sentry. He's gonna chop both of them down. He thought he was playing with just being silly, and man, gets a chop.
Is BM bad manner.
That was good. He got 4 lings. The Zealots and the Sentries are gonna have ling burgers tonight because there's a whole bunch of chopped flesh there.
We have more lings coming in from Sheth. I don't know what he's planning on doing here. He's not gonna do too much. I think he wants to take down that Zealot, but we'll see what he does. Nope.
Zealot might go down. It's gonna trap him in with the. My God, Sheth throwing units away. Not expensive units. We do see more streaming in. More Zealots streaming in by the Zelnaga Tower. More Zealots streaming in as well. Holding this Overload over here. There's just this chopping. It's just like it's like a slap chop. He slaps and he chops. He does get the Zergling down, or the Zealot down. I don't know if that was for perhaps some sort of revenge. Not cost effective, but not so cost ineffective that it was a bad idea. We do see more Zerglings streaming in for Sheth, so Sheth seems like he really likes Zerglings at this point. Do we have upgrades? Nope. No Baneling upgrade. Do we have, did speed go down? Speed did go down.
Sheth, because he's forcing Tyler, rather, to build sentries. That means he's spending gas. He's not going to be able to tech up as quickly. And he's not going to feel comfortable moving out. So...
we do see a large group of Zerglings right here, really preventing that natural that obviously just went down, but with that kind of surround on it, he's going to probably have to cancel. What, is he going to tickle beam? Is he going to tickle beam some of them to death? No, he's going to cancel. before that goes down. We do have a full expansion from Sheth being larva injected, which is great. You know, Sheth playing, showing a little bit of Ret, showing a little bit of Idra in his play, going for a macro style play. We do see Roach Warren coming up, and that's always cool to watch. But what I didn't like is that it took forever for Sheth to get drones into his extractor. I mean, he's got one extractor in 2 bases, and it took forever for him to get any gas. So I guess the only gas he's going to be used is going to be for these roaches, but it might take a while to get enough to gas to do really any real damage with these roaches. So no second gas, no third gas, no fourth gas, just the one gas. And maybe some roaches. We do see these lings hanging out here, and I do love having the proxy lings. Not quite proxy, but they hang out on the map away from the main force, and if someone moves out, they can get in behind them, they can run by to the main, and you can do a lot of creepy things as Zerg, which I'm a big fan of.
Creepy
Nexus going down.
Creepy,
you might say, because they use creep. Excellent. Now we do see gases 3 and 4 going down for Liquid Tyler. He's going to try to populate this expansion with probes. Zergling running in. I don't know what one Zergling's going to do other than piss people off. Actually, is he going to get that probe? He's going to get that probe. He does get the probe, but he's also going to get lasered by that Stalker. That Stalker says, I've had enough of you. I'm going to shoot you with lasers. Is this Overlord going to go? 24 health, 11 health, one more. It goes down. The Overlord goes down. So the Stalker is just a total badass. B.A. Baracus back there. From the Stalker line, we do have Lair Tech coming up for Liquid Sheth. Or FXO Sheth, sorry. I guess he's Liquid now, but he was FXO at the time. We do have Roaches coming out. Sentries coming out for Liquid Tyler. We have an Observer coming out. And Robotic Space. Looks like we're going to see some Colossus tech. Probably the standard Colossus Stalker Bio Ball, as far as I can tell.
Yep, that's a fair assumption. And I mean, with that little Overlord and Zergling scout that Sheth sent out, he didn't see too much. He just saw a bunch of sentries and the Robo go down, but he doesn't really know which tech path his opponent's chosen yet.
And just in case, Sheth making a third expansion up here at the 12 o'clock position, just to get a macro advantage. And, you know, really in PvZ, what you want to have is that base expansion. As far as full mining bases ahead of your opponent, you're going to want that one more. This Observer's going to see it, though, so Tyler's going to be well aware that that thing's going down. It's not well defended. Is he going to have an army to take care of it? No, because he's just got a super hard on for sentries. It's what, one metric jillion sentries with, you know, a few zealots and a stalker. So I don't think he's going to have the power of army to really to take out that third expansion. When you see all these roaches coming out, you know, 2-3 rows of roaches, Larva Injects going down, Larva Injects going down, Larva Injects going, well, not Larva Injects on this one because it's not done yet, but
yep.
You know, you do see him meching up behind the main lines. He's got, you know, the extended thermal lance. He's got ground weapons. He's got a stalker coming out.
Both players are kind of in a defensive position. I mean, obviously, Sheth is macroing up, taking more expos, and with this really sentry-heavy army that Tyler has, he's not going to be able to really push out, but what it does enable him to do is to defend against these mass Zerglings. He's just going to be able to force field out any aggression that... oh! And here we go. Some more force fields trying to trap those Zerglings.
They nearly sneak away. The last force fields go down a little bit late. But it does prove the point very effectively that those force fields, while not being a very aggressive, a very DPS to HPS sort of arrangement, it really can prevent your opponents from attacking, which gives you a nice defensive, mobile defensive posture, if you will.
Yep. I kind of like this composition that Tyler has with the very sentry-heavy army. He's going to be able to force field them in, and here it goes. Force fields and Colossus.
The subterranean anal attack comes up, takes out a Colossus. Will he be able to take out the next Colossus? No, he burrows back under the force fields. That's fantastic Roach micro. Look at this concave burrowing again. I hope the observers are here. It's not and they're going to have to disengage after healing a little bit while Burrowed. He's going to pursue the army here, because what a bunch of sentries going to do. Will he be able to take out the pylon? We're not sure. All we know is that he's going to burrow again, come up in the middle. We do see Guardian Shield going down, another Colossus reinforcing from the northwest by Liquid Tyler. He has to focus down on that Colossus or he's going to take way too much AoE damage. But look at that. Man, when you get full attacks from roaches on that, now Burrow get back behind that field. Wow, this is some crazy roach micro out of FXO Sheth. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yep.
But look at this army. I mean, this death
Colossus down, and he's going to pull back for the reinforcements. And here we go, the second big battle.
This battle is going crazy. Look at all these roaches. They've got a decent concave. More roaches reinforcing from the northwest. They're going to absolutely be doing tons of damage. Will they get the Colossus down? That's the big question, because these Stalkers are going down for sure. But this Colossus will.
Committing to this attack, he just keeps on hammering with more and more roaches being produced. More roach upgrades. He's going to punish Tyler.
It's almost like an all-in. You see that he's going for upgrades. He's going for roaches. He's losing a lot of roaches here. I mean, economically, this may not be the best attack because that death ball did well. Now, he did not manage to kill that Colossus, and that's really the big killer here. If he gotten the Colossus down, may have been a different turn of events. But now we're seeing some meat shields being warped in. Colossus stays alive and with full armor. We've got another mining base down for Sheth at the 12 o'clock. We've got the natural mining base for Sheth going down. Is he going to take something else, or is he just going to keep pushing these roaches in? Running him into the heat rays like that, not advisable. Do something other than roaches? Going to go for just destructible rocks. I'm sure this expansion here, just south of destructible rocks, is really not feeling very well. With this army coming up, he's going to do a little back and forth, a little cat and mouse game, and where he's going to go from here, I haven't the foggiest.
Yep, we still see more roaches being produced by Sheth. This definitely would be considered an all-in from Sheth. He hasn't really prepared the rush yet, but he's committing to this roach attack.
And with good cause. That's a lot of roaches. He just, oh my god, 3 Colossi are going to tear through these roaches. Bad force fields doesn't cut the army in half, and he just gets behind him anyway, but 3 Colossi with extended thermal lance are really going to cut you apart.
I don't know if it's enough, but we see Sheth going for another 4th expansion up in the 12 o'clock position. If he can distract his opponent for long in this big battle, going down here at center, he might be able to catch back up.
I hear you, and I love that ninja expansion. I love expanding behind an attack. That level of multitasking is always fun to watch. These roaches just not gonna do enough. You know, they're roaches. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do against Colossi and Stalker? Get that Colossi down. Colossi goes down. The second Colossus, what's it gonna do? Some good micro on that. It stutter steps back and drops some AoE bombs on these roaches, but they're gonna heal up nicely while burrowed. I like that. I like that.
You know, obviously Sheth isn't going to be able to kill him with this roach play, but he's getting the Colossus countdown. He's ensuring that Tyler is not going to be able to move out in this, take control of the entire map with that big Colossus ball.
Absolutely. You can't let your Azazur, you can't let your Protoss opponent get his Colossus count too high. Drops, snipes another Colossus. Will his Colossus in the back get sniped? Probably not. Burrow these units, heal him back up, take him on to creep. But he's doing a great job doing a mobile defense and just sniping Colossus. And he's keeping the Colossus count low. You know, you see 1, now we're going to be about to see 2 in just a moment. But really, you know, we don't have a high Colossus count. We are seeing a metric ass ton more roaches. I mean, sometimes
very
in the
good system of measurement, metric ass ton.
Well, it's an Isaac Newton unit of measurement. You know, in the mid game, you'll see metric ass tons of roaches win games, but this late in the game, it's hard to say because look at all these stalkers. Woo!
I like this. He's going to try and target down these Colossus.
Concave goes up. I do like the micro press on the Colossus. Will he be able to focus the second Colossus down? It looks like he might be able to get it down. It's down below 25% health. Is it going to go down? The Colossus goes down. The Roaches might get us around on these Stalkers. If they take out these Stalkers, we could be primed for a counterattack. We do see a reinforcement, about 5 Stalkers here in the back. And these Roaches take them out.
And GG.
Tyler's gonna GG from that engagement. I didn't think that game was over, but I guess he thought it was more than he expected. Look at all these Roaches spitting so much acid.
You know, I really like that aggressive play that he just kept on hammering away with his Roaches, and we really saw the effect of that once he got that 4th Expo up. He really had a lot more production. He was able to produce Roaches faster, and that's it. I mean, Tyler just couldn't counter the Roaches. He didn't have enough time because of the aggression to tech switch to, you know, something different.
Are they just hanging out? I mean, this game didn't end, right?
I thought it ended. You saw GG.
You did see GG, but I didn't see anybody leave the game, right? Did we? Did we see that and we skipped it? I didn't.
I think they're just kind of analyzing what happened and you know.
Okay.
Trying to see what happened. Sheth is giving a little bit of brotherly advice to Tyler on how to play StarCraft 2.
That's something, I mean, you love to see that in the community, where people will help out their opponents, or, you know, what's funny at the time is they don't know they're going to be teammates in just a few weeks after this game. But, I mean, you know, Sheth is the Mana Bear.
Nope, that's true. Father Zerg Sheth, obviously very, very wise, and it's good. I mean, obviously some good rivalries in StarCraft, but, you know, helping each other get better it's good for the community.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely good to see. I mean, look at all those Roaches. Good God.
Can't stop staring at them.
They're hypnotic with their 2-0 upgrades.
The game's over. He just keeps making those Roaches.
Well, I am going to stop the replay, bud.